All right, Dabrowski, I'm back. It's T, and we got a request to do a video on Greg Doucette. Well, I'm gonna do one, so I'm gonna do it on the body dysmorphia thing, bro. And I'm gonna prove you that they're creating fake muscles. Everything is fake. What they're doing here with the drugs and this and that, and you get the picture, bro. Let's watch this video.
And so what do you think would happen if all these bodybuilders stopped taking steroids, stopped walking around with the 50 to 100 pounds of extra muscle that they now possess?
I think they'd pee it all out. That's what I think. That fake muscle, that extra pounds of fake muscles. Get it? Muscle, blowed up muscle with water. That's what.
Would they still feel okay on the inside? Are they only happy because of how they look? There's more to life than always trying.
Insecurity is what they are suffering from. Yes, they're insecure. Look, I'm not insecure if I get big or if I get small, or I'm trying to devise certain things in my body to see how certain things work. In order for me to be a master at something, I have to try everything out, so I can't always stay the same constantly, but I never really get below like a certain weight or whatever, because a lot of my fibers that I did build are just there. They don't go away if you build myofibulars, get it? And not just mass on the myofiber. Whatever, man. Let's just go on with this.
To look perfect.
Look perfect.
Coach Greg, in today's video, I'm going to explain how chasing aesthetics gave me body dysmorphia. And so watching Zach Tallender discuss this topic with Omar Yusuf, and I'm thinking finally people are open.
Omar Yusuf, yes. Like this guy's like the foremost guru on the internet. These are all the special gurus, yes. I love Zach though. He's Olympic lifter. Zach Tallender is amazing. That channel, I've been following him for the longest time, man. I gotta say, Zach is amazing. I saw an episode where he was teaching deadlifts and to these guys. I know these other guys from another channel. They do some bodybuilding, they do some powerlifting, whatever. And he was teaching them how to do like snatch and grab and stuff. This guy is fantastic. Like this guy's really good. Like he's a good guy. He's like, forget about Jason Blaha. No, this guy is like, he's a master himself too. He say he's kind of quiet about it, but no, he's good, man. He's good. Because he's not a professional, but he's really good. He has his own channel for Olympic lifting. He's great.
I've been speaking about this topic for years. Most of the people just saying, no, it's not an actual problem. It isn't as big as you think. Well, Will Tennyson recently exposed the truth about this, spoke about his own body dysmorphia, and so I'm here to explain it harder than last time. And so notice I'm not in my usual tank top, and I'm wearing a hoodie from my clothing line, but what do you not see? You don't see my body. You can't see it. How many times do people go to the gym and they're all covered up? They call it a pump cover. People actually wear these things. They cover their bodies up because they don't want to expose what they actually look like until they have a fully developed pump. Once the pump...
So, see, I told you before, it's fake. They're seeking inflammation. Once they get this inflammatory response, plus they're eating the herbivore diet, getting some of this glycogen in there pumped up when they lift, circulating in there, plus some of this gravitational loading, unloading, that all adds to it the fake artificial muscle look. It's fake. You understand me? It's all fake, man. Everything. These fake drugs, artificial food, artificial muscles, artificial pump. Yeah, man. Artificial inflammation. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. Artificial hormones. Yeah, man, this is great.
Is on, they can then remove it. Do you really think that any of those people do not have body dysmorphia? If you can't show what you look like in a regular photo on a regular basis without a filter, Photoshop, and so on, then you most certainly have body...
Yes, steroids give you a great cosmetic look. Temporary cosmetic look. Yeah, definitely.
Dysmorphia. If you didn't, you'd be perfectly okay with...
It's not your look. It's an artificial look, so it's not yours. You're creating this artificially, so it's fake.
People seeing how you look at any given moment. Why should I care? And so I've removed the pump cover, but now I'm in a t-shirt. Perhaps I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed that I've gotten older, that I've lost muscle, that I don't have the same physique that I did in my 20s and 30s. And for many people, the reason they develop body dysmorphia is...
What? Who cares? Like, why do you care so much, man? It's crazy. Women don't give a shit about this.
Is in fact because they joined the gym. I know it's counterintuitive. You would think that going to the gym and improving yourself, losing weight, eating healthy, training harder than last time, it's going to make you feel better about yourself.
No, it's not. It's going to give you more inflammation, fake inflammatory muscles, some of that gravitational loading to expand some of the muscle cells, which is fake as well, because every time you're unloading, it shrinks. And this chasing that inflammatory response in the muscles, chronically lifting for this inflammation to have more fake inflammatory muscles, walking around with inflamed muscles, pretend hypertrophy and then sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, artificial muscle growth through fluid. So you have inflammation, you have fluid muscles, sarcoplasmic, and you have gravitational loading. There's an expansion to the cell. It's temporary. Every time you load, it increases. Every time you unload, you go to sleep in your bed, it decreases. Yes. So you're chasing that chronically, doing this, destroying yourself faster than the last time, harder and faster than the last time. That's why this is all bullshit. And this also accelerates aging, inflammation, all these things, they accelerate aging. You're destroying yourself faster and harder than the last time. Yeah, man, this is great. Destroy yourself, destroy your body. Yeah, man. Greg's amazing. Yes, that's the health benefits of exercise is shortening lifespan, morbidity, mortality. Yes, I don't know. Cellular damage, more senescent cells, myogenic decline, acquisition of cellular senescence, soft tissue damage, I don't know, oxidative stress damage, more damage, accelerated aging, growth hormone increased, man, just everything. I can't even go to it all. Autoimmune diseases, metabolic diseases would pop out from doing this, neurological diseases, just everything. So these are the health benefits, all these things are health benefits. Yes, I didn't think that why would all these bad things be a health benefit? It's crazy, Christ, this is crazy.
But for the most part, for many people, because of performance anxiety, it actually makes them feel worse. Case in point.
Maybe it's because they know they're dying, and that's, they got some insecurity knowing they're gonna die. What they're doing is kind of like evil to them, to their body. Their body's rejecting it, but they don't give a shit about the body. They're just like, man, I need that short success, right? Whether it's a year, 2, 3 years, who gives a shit, man? Everybody will revere me and I'll be somebody, right? They'll love me. I gotta be loved because nobody loves me. I'm looking for love. Somebody gotta love me out there, right? Like Jason Blaha and Greg Doucette. Greg Doucette needs to be loved, guys. Come on. That's why the love of his life left him, because she loved him so much, she left him.
Zach Tallender.
I realized that the successes that I had, they were due to the things that I was saying.
Oh man, Zach is amazing. I love Olympic lifting. Don't get me wrong, man. I'm not against any kind of lifting, bro. I think people are really confused about what I'm saying in my videos, not understanding me. I absolutely do not dislike any of these things that people are doing. I'm simply pointing out the truth of the repercussions of these things. That's it. So don't get confused, okay, out there. Don't get crazy. Don't get angry. Just learn, man. Christ. People get so touchy. A lot of people get really touchy on the subjects. But being educated is better. It's not what you think you know. It's what you don't know that will hurt you. So think about that. Ponder that thought. Now, ease off. Oh, bro, ease off. Oh, my God. This is really... Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, I like Zach. He's great.
8 or so months ago, I decided to focus on aesthetics. I wanted to put on mass and continue to weightlift at the same time.
And so Zach Tallender became famous for the ability to explain training methods, the fact that he was very tall, had a more slender...
I did. I learned actually a lot off Zach myself. I watched his channel. I was quite a few years ago when I just started my other channel, Genetic Beast, when it came out back in 2018. I kind of hurt my ankle. It was hurting for a while. But in a gym, there were these guys that were coming from up north. There was a guy that was coming from up north, and we were kind of, at the time, we were having a good time. I didn't really film at that time. When we were doing like all these weird strongman lifts and heavy lifts. I'd put 1,500 pounds on my back and do 20 20 rep sets on like this specialized calf machine. I could load it up with 1,500 pounds and do that as much weight as I could, man. You know, like I was doing weird stuff, and I did a lot of Olympic lifting, and I'd walk with the bar over my head, like walk back and forth, walk with weights on my chest, walk standing up with them standing up in the air. Like I was really in a good mood in those times. Like I was feeling really good, really strong, you know, still and stuff like that. I wasn't like, you know, now I'm like in my mid to late 50s now. So, you know, not that I'm feeling bad to do it now, but COVID and everything kind of destroyed all that. I took so much time out of the gym. It's hard to really get back that type of lifting strength to have fun with that. Is great, actually. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, again, like I say, my videos are not to make people cry or anything. I'm simply putting out the information. That's all, the truth.
Physique and was very strong. He never cared about the aesthetics, how he looked. What he cared about was how much could he deadlift. The guy did over 300 kilograms, 661 pounds.
No, that's all these kind of people care about. Well, how much could you just deadlift? Who cares about this, that? Man, he cares about you. You should care about everything. I don't know, but whatever.
Clean and jerk almost 400 pounds, clean over his head.
That was incredible. I saw him. I saw these because I watch his channel. The guy's incredible. He's got a great channel, man.
Very, very impressive numbers, but
extremely impressive. And this guy's natural. He doesn't take any drugs, and he's natural. 385 pounds, man. Can you imagine that? Christ, man. Then this guy is not a professional, man. He's just your average person out there doing whatever. And he's got a channel on Olympic lifting. This is fantastic. It's incredible.
More recently, he focused on trying to build an aesthetic physique.
You can see he looks like an ordinary guy. No steroids, nothing. He's just, look at him. He doesn't have an aesthetic body, so he wants to build that up. Maybe when he gets an aesthetic body, people will confuse that and say he's on steroids. I don't know right now. You can see he looks like Tyson Fury. But okay. Let's go with this.
Getting leaner, putting on more muscle, getting the coveted X-frame, and this led to him developing body dysmorphia. Quick interruption,
yeah, he could develop the body dysmorphia because he doesn't like the way he looks, that's all. And maybe people making fun of him, like, oh, you're just, you know, what a good is that? You just could lift, but what about what you look like? I know, people give shit to everybody about that.
Video if you liked it, and if you like my content, subscribe faster than last time so you can be the first one to get notified. It really helps the algorithm. Back to the video.
And so what I did was I changed my mindset to be focused on my aesthetic. What that did to me was a lot worse than what I would have expected. It was working well, and I wanted to show that off a little bit, but what I did was I opened myself up to criticism that usually I wouldn't really care about.
And so think of it. It was working well. He was putting on muscle. He was getting leaner. He was getting better. He was better today than he was tomorrow, and getting better tomorrow than he was today. But it wasn't enough, and it opened him up to criticism. You would not believe, and I do believe you will not believe, the amount of hate you can get for doing something good in your own life. People want to take you down. No matter how good you get, and in fact, the better you get, the more people are going to likely take you down. Shut up, you skinny dial twink. Really, we can clearly see a visible six-pack. And this guy has an ectomorphic frame. He's 6'5" tall, and he has way more muscle than the average person. And not only that, he's exceptionally strong. And so what does somebody do? Calls him a dial. Do you even lift? You're a twig. What's wrong with you?
That's ridiculous, man. I don't know. The guy's, I love his channel. I don't know why people are calling him names, because they're jealous, man. They're jealous of him. That's all.
How can you be proud of yourself? You're actually showing yourself with your shirt off? And so how do you think that makes him feel? Yeah, he's got hundreds of thousands of followers on YouTube, perhaps very famous, but do you not think that the hate and criticism can affect famous people the same as anyone else?
And it was really starting to mess with my head. I've never really cared about what I look like, never. I just love training.
And so when you're younger and you're training for sports as...
Yeah, he just loved lifting. He didn't really give a shit what he looked like. I mean... They had no interest in that. He had no interest in getting muscularly big and strong. What he wanted to do was get good at lifting heavy stuff around objects. That's about it, yeah.
athletics, you're playing basketball. Did the ball go in or not? You're getting your self-worth based on how good are you? Are you getting better at that sport? Are you running faster, jumping taller?
Yeah, are you getting better at that? So are you practicing? Are you practicing? You got to practice at everything because humans have to practice at everything. They're not good at anything. No human on this planet is good at anything. They have to practice to be good at something.
Getting better grades in school, and so your self-worth, the way you feel about yourself on the...
Wow, he actually did that. I in the past I practiced at doing that exact squat like that, and I'm telling you, the first time when I did it, it was horrendously difficult. The difficulty is the bar is high, but you can practice to get up there. That's the whole point, right? You're not good at it in the beginning. Neither was he, neither was anybody, but they built up to that. That's why I say to build up to that point to actually do that is quite impressive because it's a difficult movement doing this. Your arms behind your back and squatting with your arms up in the air, holding like God knows how much there.
Inside, it goes up, not based on how you look, but how you feel from your accomplishments, effort, and so on.
When I changed it to wanting to look a certain way, my stress and everything, went down the shitter to the point where I would eat a meal and I would consider wanting to throw it up.
But as you then chase the aesthetics, you want to enter a bodybuilding competition. You want to go to the gym and have the dream physique. Once you do that,
he has to always show himself in these videos to talk to everybody. He's so narcissistic.
your opening is up to criticism from everyone around the world. You're no longer judged by your athletic ability, by what you say, what you do, but you're basing all of your self-worth on how you look. Think of it. He would eat a meal and think, oh, I shouldn't have swallowed that. I perhaps need to visit the bathroom and go for number 3.
And I purposefully wore like a baggy shirt. I'd rather have people underestimate me.
And so think of it. He's wearing a baggy shirt. He wants people to underestimate him because if they can see his muscle, they're more likely to judge him. He'd rather be the skinny guy that people underestimate and then wows them with his performance. If he wore a tank top like Omar Yusuf, perhaps many of the people are going to say, oh, Omar has more muscle than you. Do you even lift? People are so quick to put you down.
Omar doesn't even look like he actually lifts weights. What the hell are you talking about?
Rather than to bring themselves up to meet you, that they resort to the easiest possible way to shit on you.
I've interacted with dozens upon dozens of content creators, and there's
He looks so small. He looks as if he doesn't lift at all. He doesn't look like he even touched a weight. He just looks like an ordinary guy in a tank top. I see a lot of people that look like that in tank tops walking around. You know what I mean? It's absolutely nothing. What is this?
It's like unwritten rule where they might be confident in front of the camera. They'll be like this. You'll sit down, then they will sit down, and they'll look at you, and then they'll be like this. And they'll be like a foot ahead in order to get the angle. And this sounds crazy.
It's crazy.
And so what Omar is saying is 100% true. And I've met
It's a long video. Oh my God.
several YouTubers. They are not all as confident as they appear on camera. Oftentimes,
They're not because they're that's why they took up this stuff because they lack confidence because really good-looking, pretty people, they don't do exercise or lift or do any of these things. They don't have to.
on camera, they appear confident. Dysmorphia, they would be astounded. They would be so
He looks like an average dude, yeah.
happy. Incredible. But you get that left. You can clearly see the abs, more conditioning, but then you're thinking, well,
Yeah, he's lowering body fat, which is unusual. I don't know why he wants to lower body fat to reveal something. That's the aesthetic level.
where's the mass? I'm not big enough. I need... Are they only wrong with you? I'll tell you...
thing about
Man, first you ask him to lose body fat, then you ask him where's the mass. You guys are crazy. You're all over the place.
the era that we're in is like that they cannot be done without
one aspect, and perhaps 10 years later you chase your dream and it's fun, and I chase the dopamine to try to get as fast as I can on a bike.
for years and years and years. Decades go by and you're still hitting those numbers. Like that is, you are literally sacrificing your life.
Well, rather than chasing powerlifting world records, well, I've switched my focus on bike riding. Many people, they have to stop the sport they're doing.
That's good. Bike.
Perhaps you're building competition, you get absolutely shredded. To base your self-worth not just on how you look, but how you...
Coach Greg's records are all expunged because they found he cheated. They took his records are gone. He has no records.
feel, the thought process. Why are you happy? Are you content? There's nothing wrong with reminiscing and thinking, wow, I did that, what an accomplishment. But you have to look at the future. What can you do tomorrow to improve yourself today? Perhaps it's not in the physical, perhaps it's in the mental, the emotional, the spiritual. I could retire, I'm 48. I don't have to work ever again, but yet I continue on. I enjoy it. I love the challenge. You need to challenge yourself with something you're passionate about in this world. Find your passion, find your purpose, and go after it harder than last time. And if bodybuilding is your passion, look no further than Harder Than Last Time supplements. That's HTLT supplements. We have ActiBuilder, GO2 Max. These are my #1 selling supplements. Also, pre-workout pump. We have pre-workout stim. We have so many different choices, options, flavors to choose from. Of course, we have Seco protein bars, and like every company, we've got the creatines, the beta-alanines, the sleep, the liver support, everything you could ever want. Get onto my website, and I don't have to tell you I have my master's degree in education. I was a school teacher for 11 years. I've written multiple books. I have various cookbooks, the Circle Diet book, How to Lose Weight, Keep It Off for the Rest of your life, 3 different training books, all at various price points, including hard copies and PDF. Many of you did not know we had the Harder Than Last Time clothing line, t-shirts, jogging pants, shorts, hoodies, you name it. Head over to my website, and don't forget, code Greg.
All right, I'll leave it at that. I forget about this advertising. It's done, bro. I'll see you in the next video. Tell me what you think about that. Like, subscribe, support the channel. Ciao, my friend. That's just crazy.